Do you ever look in the highway code and find it a little bit confusing? When you actually see the thing on the road in front of you, it's much easier. I spend a lot of time teaching my students highway code in the car. This video is going to tell you about the centre lines. So today I want to talk to you about centre lines. The lines in the centre of the road tell us so much more about the road than just what half is yours and what half is the oncoming vehicles. So if you have a look at the lines that we've got in the centre at the moment, they're broken, but the actual lines are long and the gaps in between them are short. These are hazard warning lines, so normally the lines in the centre of the road would be broken like this, but they would have shorter lines with long gaps in between. What's the difference? Well, short lines with long gaps is telling you it's a pretty standard piece of road, should be safe. So if you were thinking of overtaking something, that's most probably going to be the safest place that you would need to overtake on. If the lines are long, in other words there's more paint on the road, which like again there are here, if there is more paint on the road and you've got the longer lines and the gaps in between are short, then these are what we call hazard warning lines. Hazard warning lines, they're saying this road isn't as safe. It could be it's near a bend, there could be a lot of junctions on it, it could be, I don't know, near a school, something like that. But basically what that's saying, it's not saying that you can't overtake on this piece of road, but it's saying be careful because this isn't the safest piece of road. So what you want to be thinking about all the time is the more paint that is on the ground, the more dangerous it is. Now we're going to be coming along a section very shortly, and what it has is it has a solid line in the centre of the road. Now if there's a solid line in the centre of the road, we basically want to treat that a little bit like a brick wall. More paint, more danger. So it's saying that we can't go over it. Now if we need to enter a property or something on the right, then okay, that's totally acceptable to turn, but it's telling you that it's a dangerous piece of road. So the rule is that you can't actually cross it. Now, piece of road. So the rule is that you can't actually cross it. Now there is one exception to the rule. If the thing that you're trying to go past is travelling under 10 miles per hour, then you are allowed to go past it. But I would say to you as well, you need to be thinking about the fact that it is a solid line. It's telling you it's not very safe. So you need to be thinking very carefully as to whether it is a safe place to do it. Now, the last thing you want to be doing is parking your car up on the left-hand side of the road where there is a solid line in the middle of the road, because obviously then you're making people have to overtake you and go over the line when it's totally unnecessary. Now, if you watch the lines here at the moment, they're hazard warning lines. But as we get up here a little bit further, can you see that there's a solid white line on the left-hand side and a broken on the opposite side? So it's saying at the moment we're not allowed to cross that, but the oncoming cars can. Then if you look here, it's going to solid white lines on both sides, and that's saying neither of us can go over. And here it's because where the roundabout is situated and the bend, they don't want people overtaking here, so they've put that down. So that can swap from one side to the other. It could be that the line on your side of the road is solid and theirs is broken, and then you go a bit further along and theirs is solid and yours is broken. But sometimes the sections that they give you the broken before it then goes back to a solid again aren't very long, so be very careful that you don't, you know, you're in such a hurry to try to get past something when it most probably would be a bit safer waiting behind it, and that you start overtaking and you're still overtaking when the actual vehicles, the line in the centre has gone back to a solid line. So I'd be very, very careful with regards to that. Now occasionally what they'll do is they'll actually just have one solid line in the middle, so it's the same for both sides. But if you see the one where you had two like we saw a minute ago, then that's because its chances are going to be flipping from either saying you can't go over, they can't go over, or you both can't go over. So that's talking about the basic centre lines. If you found this video helpful, give us a little thumbs up and maybe subscribe to see some more. See you again soon.